Hi, both. Thanks for joining us today on our Business Gurus channel, where we will be discussing key business topics to help students grasp the most important elements of their course in preparation for their exams and future career. Let's get started.
Hey there, and welcome back to the deep dive. We've got some interesting source material here today, and we're digging into something really foundational for the workplace.
Yeah, it's health and safety specifically within employment law.
Absolutely. It's, fundamental stuff.
So our mission for this deep dive, looking at these sources, is basically to unpack what that core legal duty employers have actually means, and maybe shine a light on uh, a key piece of law mentioned here.
Sounds good.
Okay, so the source material, it kind of kicks us off with a definition. Seems simple enough. It says health and safety in employment law is, well, the legal duty employers have to protect the well-being of their employees at work.
And I think what jumps out right away from the source is that word duty. It's stressed that this isn't like just good advice or best practice.
Right.
It's framed as a legal requirement, a must do.
Ah, okay. So that legal weight is really the key takeaway there.
It-
Definitely. It makes it clear there are obligations, actual rules employers have to follow, and consequences if they don't. It sort of sets the baseline that your safety, your health at work, it's a right, not just something nice to have.
That clarification helps a lot, it being legal. So, okay, this broad duty exists. How does it, actually work in practice? The sources point towards a specific UK law, don't they?
They do. The Health and Safety at Work Act, 1974. Big focus on this one in the materials.
Right, the 1974 Act.
Yeah, because it's essentially the main framework for that legal duty we were just talking about. It doesn't just say you have a duty. It gets into the how employers are meant to meet that duty.
Okay, and the sources detail what the act is actually trying to do, its purpose.
Exactly. The material breaks down its purpose. First off, it's about making sure the actual workplace, the physical environment, the equipment is safe.
The place itself. Got it.
Second, and this is important, it's about making sure risks are managed properly. The sources emphasize it's not always about getting rid of all risk. Sometimes that's just not possible, right?
True.
But it's about employers doing what's reasonably practicable to control the significant ones. Identifying hazards, figuring out how likely they are to cause harm, putting controls in place, that sort of thing.
So, proactive thinking. Trying to stop things before they happen, not just cleaning up after.
Precisely. And there's another key part to its purpose, according to the source material.
This is.
It's also very much about the people. The Act aims to ensure staff get the right training or maybe the right equipment they need to do their job safely.
Ah, okay. So it's not enough to just make the building safe.
Exactly. Employers also need to give employees the know-how and the tools to work safely in that environment. Specific training on machines or providing the right protective gear. The sources suggest these are direct results of what the Act intends.
That makes sense. The place, the risks, and the people. It feels like a complete picture.
It aims to be, yes, providing the safe foundation and the support needed to work within it. And, thinking about all this, it leads to a question for you listening. We've talked about this legal duty, this act from 1974, and its purpose, safe place, managed risks, training, equipment. So considering all that, what does a workplace that feels genuinely safe and protective, what does that actually look like and maybe more importantly, feel like to you day to day? Does the law translate into that feeling of security? Something to think about.
That's a great question. Taking it from the legal text to, well, our actual experience. So, to quickly recap based on our sources, we've looked at that core legal duty employers have for health and safety. We highlighted the Health and Safety at Work Act 1974 as the key piece of legislation here.
And explored its purpose, ensuring safety, managing those risks, and supporting staff properly. Ultimately, the source material really drives home that this legal framework exists to make workplaces places where your health, your safety are actively looked after, prioritized.
Not just an afterthought, a really vital area for everyone. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the source material today.
Thanks to both of you for joining us today. You've been listening to the Business Gurus. Let's now hand it over to you. What further questions do you have based on what we've discussed so far? Leave a comment and we'll get back to you right away. If you haven't already, hit that follow for more business tips.